The bakunawa is a serpent-like dragon in Philippine mythology. It is believed to be the cause of eclipses, earthquakes, rains, and wind. The movements of the bakunawa served as a geomantic calendar system for ancient Filipinos, and were part of the shamanistic rituals of the Babaylan. It is usually depicted with a characteristic looped tail and a single horn on the nose. It was generally believed to be a sea serpent, but are also variously believed to inhabit either the sky or the underworld. Due to increasing trade contacts with South Asia and the Indianization of Southeast Asia, the bakunawa later became syncretized with the Naga, Ra, and Ketu of Hindu-Buddhist mythology. Bakunawa is believed to be originally a compound word meaning bent snake, from Proto-Western Malayo-Polynesian *, cut, bent, curved, and *su, a large snake. Python. Spelling variants include Bakunawa, Bakunawa, or Bakunawa. The bakunawa is also sometimes known as Naga from syncretization with the Hindu-Buddhist serpent deity Naga. It was also syncretized with the Hindu-Buddhist Navagraha pair Ra and Ketu deities who were responsible for eclipses of the sun and moon, respectively. Versions of the bakunawa also existed in other myths in the Philippines, sharing the common theme of being the cause of eclipses. The most similar to the bakunawa is the Tagalog laho, derived from Ra, also known as Nono or Buaya, a serpent-like dragon that causes moon eclipses. In Kapampangan mythology, Lu is depicted as a bird-like dragon or serpent that causes both solar and lunar eclipses. However, its features are closer to the demon Ro. Both the words laho and Lo mean eclipse, also in modern parlance to disappear or to vanish in the Tagalog and Kapampangan language. Other mythical creatures related to the bakunawa include the haliya and boa, bota, or olaimi, the manda and manobo tambanaka, the bagabo manokawa, and the marani arimanga 10. However, these do not always appear serpent-like. The marani arimanga, for example, is depicted as a lion-like dragon, while the haliya and olaimi is a winged serpent. The bagabo manokawa is a dragon-like giant bird, and the manda tambanokano and manobo tambanaka is a giant crab, sometimes also a giant tarantula or scorpion. Tales about the bakunawa say that it is the cause of eclipses. During ancient times, pre-colonial Cebuanas believed that their supreme god, Barthala, created 7 moons to light up the sky. The bakunawa, amazed by their beauty, would rise from the ocean and swallow the moons whole, angering Barthala and causing them to be mortal enemies. To keep the moons from completely being swallowed by the bakunawa, ancient Filipinos would go out of their homes with pans and pots, and would bang on them with great force to make noise in order to scare the bakunawa into spitting out the moon back into the sky. Some of the people in the villages would play soothing sounds with their musical instruments in hopes that the dragon would fall into a deep sleep. Thus, the brave men of the village hoped that while the dragon was hypnotized by the musical sounds, they could somehow slay the dragon. Although the dragon was known as a moon-eater, it was also known as a man-eater. Other tales tell that the bakunawa has a sister in the form of a sea turtle. The sea turtle would visit a certain island in the Philippines in order to lay its eggs. However, locals soon discovered that every time the sea turtle went to shore, the water seemed to follow her, thus reducing the island's size. Worried that their island would eventually disappear, the locals killed the sea turtle. When the bakunawa found out about this, it arose from the sea and ate the moon. The people were afraid, so they prayed to the supreme god to punish the creature. The god refused, but instead told them to bang some pots and pans in order to disturb the serpent. The moon is then regurgitated while the bakunawa disappeared, never to be seen. Others tell how the bakunawa fell in love with a human girl in one of the native tribes. The head of the tribe found out about their affair and had their house burned to ashes. The bakunawa, finding out about this, became immersed in anger and tried to take revenge by eating all the 7 moons. When the bakunawa was about to eat the last one, the supreme god took action and punished the bakunawa by banishing it from its home away from the sea. It also tells that the reason of the eclipses is how the bakunawa is trying to come back to its home and deceased family. Some Filipino elders believe that Bakunawa is a moving island with communities mounted on its back, and that there are two classifications: the flying Bakunawa and the land Bakunawa. Figures of the Bakunawa's head decorate the hilts of many ancient Filipino swords. These swords that originate in Panay are said to bestow upon the hangway or mandarigma sacred warriors the fearful presence and power of the Bakunawa or whatever deity/animal they have on their deity hilt, when they wield their swords in combat.